trucker. I just had a wonderful interview with Aaron Willis from our VRS trucking side with recruiting. And now I actually get to talk with one of our drivers. This is Pat Clapp, and thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
Well, I think this is wonderful because you are my very first driver. You're a very good sport. This was certainly set up on the fly. So I know it's going to be a little bit different than what you're used to doing for VRS trucking, but I think we're going to have a good time. Um, I've never interviewed a trucker in my life, so I feel like I've got some really good questions for you. So, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? How long have you now been with VRS trucking?
I got here uh, December last
Oh,
year.
December. Okay, so you've been here for just a few months now. And
Yes.
is this work you've done previously with other companies?
Pardon me?
Have you been a truck driver with other companies in the past?
Yes, ma'am.
And for how long have you done that?
I've actually held some sort of a CDL since 1988.
That's
So
incredible.
I've been with some majors. I was with Warner Enterprises for a while, about 9 years as a owner operator or independent contractor with Snyder National for 7 years. And then we went to USA Truck for 5 or 6 years, and then we went to Pam Transport, and I was there for four, I think,
Mhm.
and a lot of small companies in between.
That's incredible. So this has been your profession now for 30 plus years?
Well, yeah, off and on. I gave it up for a while to help a friend of mine with a demolition company. I ended up driving truck there and moving heavy equipment and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
pretty much I've been around it for a long time. Yeah.
Excellent. So see, you're the expert. You're the the professional driver. So have you been all across the country?
Oh yes, ma'am. I've been in all the lower 48 and made two runs up to Alaska.
Wow. How long would that take going to Alaska?
From Seattle, it took about, well, it was a very high paying load. It left in January and went up the Alcan highways. It took about 5 days up and 5 days back.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot of driving. I
Yes.
usually, the longest I've ever done is 2 days, so I'm impressed. And you just, I guess you find good places to stop, you keep some good company. Do you like to listen to music or anything when you're on the road?
It depends on my mood. Sometimes I just like to hear the engine, and other times I want to drown it out.
I believe that. So you just joined on with VRS Trucking at the end of last year. How did you hear about us?
uh, I was just playing around on my phone one night and filled out an online application. I guess it was a general deal, and it went everywhere. And the next day, my phone was just blowing up, and VRS popped up, and I got to reading about it. And I thought that sounds interesting. So the recruiter had called me, but I kind of blew it off. And then finally, there was something about the lady's voice. I said, "Well, I'm going to talk to her and see what she's got to say." And here I am.
That's incredible. That's wonderful. So, have you had a positive experience so far in your last few months with VRS Trucking?
Very positive. Everything that the recruiter told me came true pretty much. The people here are great. It's nice to be a name and not a number. Uh, yeah, I'm very happy here, and I think I'll probably end up my days here if they'll let me.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, it sounds like you've just brought in this wealth of experience and professionalism from your past careers. So that's really important to our team. And you're right, it is a really welcoming place. I feel like everyone here is like family. No one feels like a number. And it's a really great opportunity for drivers like yourself, whether you're a veteran or a civilian. Everything that we do does go back to the military and veteran community, which is really important, I think. We've got this incredible mission. And so it's great to have you as part of it. So, um, do you have anything that sticks out in your mind that really helped you feel welcome or a part of the team? Maybe something that differentiated VRS Trucking from any companies you've worked with in the past?
One of the main things that I really like about, well, there's two main things that really stick out in my mind. One, as I said, I'm a name, not a number. When I come in right from Chris on down the road to everybody here in the compound, it's, "Hi Pat, how you doing? How you feeling? What's going on?" That's a real positive. The other positive thing is if something breaks, it gets fixed. No questions asked. You know, if you tell them, "Hey, it broke," uh, it's like I'm in the shop right now because of a couple of issues. They got me in here and are getting me fixed to get me back out on the road. Uh, Being an independent contractor, as I was before, the company owners were like, "Well, run it till it breaks." And then you're stuck out alongside the road. That doesn't happen here too much.
Okay.
You know, uh, if you have an issue with your truck, you call them up, it gets done. And that is a big plus with me.
Oh, absolutely, because that's also your safety on the line, and it's good to know that you're cared about, and that's part of what makes it successful. Because you need to be happy in order to do your job well. You have to feel safe, secure, know that your truck is in running order, especially if you're making these long trips across the country. So, do you have a particular state that you enjoy driving to the most?
Oh, I like to run the southern routes, I-10, I-20, I-30, I-40. Uh, I like the South food, good food. Uh, Not real big on the northern states, but you know, if you got to go, you got to go. But I like running the deep South. I love it down there.
That's wonderful. That's where I'm from. My nearest interstate is I-10. I'm just minutes away from it. And the food, you're right, it is good. It's delicious. It's hearty. It's comfort food. It's fried. It's wonderful. So I think that's so great that you have a job opportunity that allows you to travel so much while you get paid.
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
great. So you,
like I
yeah.
say, we're paid tourists.
I've never heard anyone say that before, but I think that's incredible. Well, that's because I haven't talked to a trucker. See, Pat, I told you. So, paid tours. If anyone tuning in currently is interested in working with VRS Trucking, I've got our website up. It's vrstrucking.com. We are always looking for team members to come in and be a part of our family. We will value you, we will treat you right, and you may even be able to become a paid tourist. I love that. See, I work from home, so I'm part of the mission as well, but I've got definitely a little more of a remote operation. Um, well, I guess you spend a lot of time alone on the road too, though, don't you? So you get to have a lot of quiet if you like.
Yes, I do. I love it.
That's perfect. Well, and I could see for a lot of different personality types that would suit. And then when you come back to the main location and main hub, there you are. You've got everybody with you. So, and I suppose you have someone with dispatch at any given time, right? I don't really know how that works actually.
Well,
Could you tell me about that? Is that
well, there's a lot of dispatchers. So, you know, you get to talk to different dispatchers every day, and you know, you build a rapport with your dispatchers, and that's really important on the driver's aspect and the dispatchers because you get to know the personality and uh, yeah, it's a real good experience with these dispatchers here.
That's fantastic. I think so much of it is just the way everybody's treated. It's not only VRS and Veterans Rideshare saying treat the customer well, which is said, of course, but the employees are treated well and everyone seems to treat each other well. And I think that's just crucial because you can feel that when we're happy, then it trickles down to everybody.
You
And
bet.
it's fantastic. So there you are, happily driving your truck through I-10. I could see it. And you know what? In the South, we don't have too much snow, which I'm sure is a big plus. Have you had to drive through? Well, you went to Alaska, so
I don't like that white stuff.
no, I bet. And where are you from originally, Pat?
Right here in Southern California.
That's ideal. So you're used to really nice weather, but you've been able to see the rest of the country and be a professional paid tourist, which is incredible. So I love that you've been happy with VRS Trucking since you've joined on and that you want to stay a part of VRS Trucking for as long as you can. I think that in itself says so much. So is this an opportunity in a company that you would recommend to other truck drivers as well?
Yes, I would highly, and I do. You know,
That's
I see disgruntled drivers all the time, and I'm saying, well, here, this is where I work, and I'm happy. Look at my equipment, and they'll go, wow, that's a nice truck. And I said, yeah, and it stays that way, and because they're maintained, and that's 100% right there.
wonderful. I love that. So we're not just taking care of our people, we're taking care of our equipment. I could just imagine you because you would come into contact with lots of truckers. I guess at you know deliveries or rest stops or wherever it is. Do you have a favorite place that you like to stop when you're on the road?
Oh, any place I can find a place to park, usually.
That's good. That's good. It's a whole culture that I've never really talked too much, but I think it's pretty fascinating because you all get to travel so much and meet new people all the time, but then you have that ability to just drive and be, and as you said, listen to music, listen to the engine. Sounds like there's a lot of flexibility and freedom in this line of work.
Well, a lot of the old timers out there will tell you, and I'm one of them, that we're just the modern day cowboys. We're all over the place and doing what we do.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, I love that you're so happy to be a part of Veterans Rideshare VRS Trucking. We're happy to have you. You sound like you bring a lot to the table, and I just love how enthusiastic you are about what you do. I think that's truly important, and the fact that you're sharing this opportunity with others maybe will help us find even more valuable members for our team. I'm going to put our website up one more time. Anyone else interested in vrstrucking.com? It's for all the lower 48. We're always looking for great people, just like Pat here. And I'm so glad that you were able to talk to me today. Thank you so much for sharing your insight and experience from the past and currently with Aaron's Rideshare. And I hope to meet you in person one of these days, Pat.
It's been a pleasure.
Great. Well, thank you all for tuning in, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you all so
You
much.
too.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye bye.